Okay, so Eli, what have we done to enlarge or shrink figures so far this unit? Okay, so we've used the scale factor to enlarge the quantities. Absolutely, Charlie.
Did we use the rubber bands?
We did use those rubber band stretchers. That would totally work. That was, as Jack says, that's awesome. What else could we do to enlarge a figure or shrink a figure without using a computer or a photocopier? Because that would not be okay. All right, this is a true test of my memory. I want to say Ava. Okay, Ava.
Okay, so you can use a grid, put the image on a grid, and then use the points and multiply them by the scale factor.
So I could apply a grid to my picture and then multiply the side lengths in that grid to make a larger one. Is that what you said? That's absolutely true. There's another option using this grid method, Jonas. I could have a small grid, like say a 1/4 inch grid on my original, and then having an inch grid on my image. So, for example, if I take my normal graph paper, the normal graph paper that you put in your portfolio folders, how big are the squares in this?
1/4 inch.
They're a 1/4 inch. They are 1/4 of an inch. So how many of these lengthwise, how many of these lines do I need to go to make 1 inch? 4. So if I wanted a scale factor of 4 and I had started out with 1/4 inch grid paper, what size grid paper would I want to use to make my new figure? Inch grid paper. Oh my, that's inch grid paper right there, isn't it? So that is sort of a quick and easy way of dealing with it.
Wait, but how do we
Yes.
apply those lines to this figure?
So here's what you're probably going to have to do. You are going to have to apply a grid to your cartoon. So if I look at this right here, I have my cartoon. I have a guy tied to a large wheel, and a bunch of his friends are about to push it down the hill. And the caption says, "Early experiments in transportation." Do you think this one's going to work?
Yeah.
It's not going to work so good for the guy, is it?
Yes, it is.
What if we put him in the
He's going to get
inside?
crushed.
What if we put him in the inside of the wheel?
Dead. He'll make it. He'll be dead. All right. He's not very smart. All right. So I have my cartoon. You have yours. And so I have taken this. Oh, of course, it's not calibrated. All right. So I've taken this. And what is the scale factor from my original to my image, Eli? It's not 4. It's 2 because each side length is 2, right? Okay. So is this? Are you allowed to have a scale factor of 2 going from the original to the image? No, but for the example, we need to keep it on the screen. Avery's about to lose his wits. It's all right. You know what? These things get boring.
No.
I'm really not that
It's actually really entertaining. That's just, I was
Yeah, uh-huh.
listening to the book.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's entertaining or
All right.
I got
So So I can pick a square. So let's look at this square right here. There's not a whole lot going on in this square except there is that little line right here, and so I can connect it, right? So let's take a look at this square. Well, this square has this little line here. Oh, so it connects here. It has this line going through here, so it starts at about this point, ends at about this point. I have that little thing that enters my square here and ends right about there. Would you agree so far?
Yeah.
So then on this one, I have a little more action. I have this line continuing all the way to about here. This line continues almost to the corner. This little square here just sort of goes through it. And then I have the shorts of the caveman. Yeah, it's a caveman. So there's his leg. Here's his little... and you can see that his other leg is here. And the caveman has a leopard print because that's what the cavemen wore, right? So, yeah, well, actually, that's true. We don't know. So I need to start putting in the dots. And just to finish it up, I see it on this side here. All right. So would you agree that these match so far?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. If I really wanted to go and continue this, I could use this one right here. And so,
Do you think the easiest one's the rubber band method?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. It's a little disproportionate.
I think I'm making rubber band.
Of course, let's do that.
In my skill facts, I should have 50.
All right. So would you agree so far that this is pretty much accurate?
What is that?
Pretty much.
Pretty much accurate.
Which person is that?
That is this square right here.
That's the scorpion.
Yes, you basically go square by square.
Let's go take.
What's the end of brown? What is this? I'm up for Thursday.
All right. So
Thursday.
now on to the requirements. So we have explained that you can use the rubber band stretcher method. You can use grids. You can use the same size grid paper and multiply the side lengths like Ava said. Or you could use 2 sets of different size grid paper and apply, as long as the grid paper has a scale factor that's appropriate, you're all good. So let's read off of page 106. So your final project for this unit involves 2 parts. You're drawing the drawing of a similar image or picture, and 2, a written report on making similar figures. Bless you.
Thank you.
Part 1, the drawing. You will enlarge or shrink a picture or cartoon of your choice. Be sure to choose a picture that has lengths, angles, and areas that you'll be able to measure and compare. You will use coordinate graphing rules to produce a similar image. You need to enlarge the picture. If you enlarge the picture, the image must have a scale factor of at least 4. If you shrink the picture, the image must have a scale factor of at most 1/4. Hold on a second. Your final project must be presented in display for others. Both the original picture and the image need to be in the display. And you must do the following. So these 3 bullet points must be visible on your image and your original, and they'll be displayed together so that you can, everyone can see it on one face, right? So no front and backs, all right? You must identify the scale factor and show how the lengths compare between the picture and the image. So if I were using this example, I would pick maybe this line here, or maybe this long line here, show the measurement of this line, and then show the corresponding line on the image, give the measurement and show how the scale factor changed it. You must identify 2 pairs of corresponding angles and show how the angles compare. So, I don't know, let's see. This does not have a ton of angles. However, I notice there's an angle right here. I could find the angle measurement here, find the corresponding angle measurement here, and I should see some sort of connection between the 2. Finally, you compare some area of the picture. So in this case, I'd probably compare the area of, I don't know, find the area of one of the Caveman's shorts, or maybe find the area of that wheel, and then find the corresponding area in my image. Are there any questions on the actual drawing? Jack?
Could you do a mugwump? Like take a mugwump and then like you know how we did.
That is another way of enlarging things, isn't it? Having a picture on a grid, applying a rule to it, that would be another way of doing it. Let's not, you've already done the wumps. Let's do something different. However, you use a strategy, just apply it to something different. Yes?
I feel like if we're comparing angles, what if you just draw it a little bit more down in the picture?
Do your best.
Yeah.
Yes, Josie?
Can we do one that includes us enlarging it and shrinking it?
You can do both. That's fine. Jack?
Could you do a scale factor of 100 and put it on like a big poster?
You can choose any scale factor of your choosing.
Awesome. That is lower than 4 if you are stretching. And
Greater than 4 if you're stretching. Right. Okay. And finally, you have to have a written report. Now, this written report does not need to be to the level of detail that the dealing down report was. Ethan? So, you need in your report to describe the technique or method you used to make the image. That's fairly simple, right? You need to describe the changes in lengths, areas, angles in the original and the image. So that's not big, just what is the connection between scale factor and those things. And finally, a paragraph or more on other details you think are interesting that I would like to know about. I'm thinking this is not more than 2 paragraphs. Your written report needs to be stapled, taped, or written. Oh, I want it typed. So stapled or taped to your drawing so that the whole display, when it's up, can be seen and read by somebody without having to flip things through. So you're not handing me a report and putting up a drawing. You're displaying your drawing with your report. Yes?
Can we put this like on a poster board maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we allowed to borrow paper?
Yes. You can use, I need to go purchase some more of that paper, which is fine. And I will have it by the end of today. Yes?
Are we just going to be doing this at home?
well, we have class time tomorrow.
You have all class time tomorrow.
Oh, okay, good.
Rebecca?
So basically, we're doing like that activity that's in like coloring books.
There are lots of different coloring books.
Yeah, no, but like you know that one where there's like a little picture and then like you have to draw it.
I have to admit that I have not really spent much time playing on coloring books. If it's similar, great.
Yeah, I didn't
But I do not think the coloring books ask you to talk about the scale factor, how it's related to the areas and angles and stuff. So, yes, Ethan.
Do you think that most people would be able to finish this activity during class tomorrow?
No.
When is this due?
You know, originally I had it scheduled due on Thursday. However, I think it would make more sense to put it due on Tuesday.
Oh, spit!
Because we don't have school.
Because you know school on Monday.
Yes! Oh, we have no school Monday.
No school Monday. All right. Are there any last questions? All right. Great.